Good evening, everyone. Members of the Lackawanna City Council, various department heads who are present, people in the audience, and those citizens watching from home. This is the October 10th, 2023 Lackawanna City Council meeting. We start at 6:30 with the caucus. Again, that's an opportunity for the City Council members to consider and discuss, if necessary, each of the agenda items. To that end, we will go through the agenda at this time for those purposes. The initial items, roll call, hearings from citizens, approval of minutes, departmental reports 1 through 8. Our administrative will do those when we have the formal meeting. Moving on to communications from the division department heads. Agenda item number 9, city assessor requests city council approve two ordinances regarding sale of 229, 231 Ridge Road to the Health Center of Buffalo. The sale, if you remember, was previously approved, and according to the information here on August 14th, 2023 council meeting. And of course, that's the old M&T building on Ridge Road in Council Member Muflahi's ward, and that's going to be a medical center. Any council members have any questions or issues or anything to discuss on item number 9? If not, moving on to item number 10 from our Director of Public Safety, Wolf, requests City Council approve transfer funds from general fund to the police department's training school budget to cover cost of the Lexipol service agreement. Director Wolf, just want to give a brief statement on that so that the public can understand what we're doing here.
Yes, so there was a service agreement signed July 28th, which was the previous year's budget. The money was in there at that time.
The previous year's budget.
The previous year's budget. We asked that it be transferred over, like it happens sometimes. Unfortunately, we were told that it could not be. I don't know why, and the money went back into the general fund. So we're requesting, we have the service now, and we're requesting to have that money taken back from the general fund and put back in so it's whole again at $35,000. If you guys have any questions about Lexipol and what it's going to do for the police department, Chief Packard's here. He'd be more than happy to fill you guys in on what Lexipol actually is going to do for it. It's a great thing for the police department.
Chief, you want to give a brief statement as to what Lexipol is?
We got into a service agreement with them in regards to our policies for the department. We were antiquated, and myself and Captain Kukaleka and Lieutenant Adams were trying to rewrite policy to, the days we're in now, not when there were call boxes on the street. So they needed to be updated. So Lexipol, they are the top policy. They do city administration, they do fire, anything in public safety, city administration, they do all these policies, and they're all up to date according to federal law, state law, and best practices. And Lexipol, all the accredited agencies across the state use Lexipol as their policies. We're not an accredited entity. That's another task probably for the next chief if they want to get into that, because that's a huge lift. But we follow their policies. And the thing with Lexipol is they have daily training where they'll send out emails to the officers, so we'll be able to state that our officers are into their policy manuals every day. And then any updates that come out, any changes in state law, any changes in federal law, anything that the governor enacts for executive law, and it affects these policies and how we do business, they automatically kick an update to us, where we don't have to dig for it. They take care of all that, and it's backed by their lawyers. They have an army of lawyers. So anything that myself or Captain Kukaleka were gonna write, we would have to run it by Mr. Judah to make sure the city was protected. These are already vetted throughout New York State. So it's a good program. So the price tag was a little hefty for the onboarding and for the first year of the the daily training bulletins, but it'll be a more manageable expense in the future when we're paying going forward.
So there will be a yearly service fee.
Yes, there will be.
Okay. Thank you.
And we can budget for that as, you know, each budget year.
Yeah, exactly. Any council members have any issues or questions on agenda item number 10?
So how much was it? 42,000?
It was $42,000.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
It was $42,000.
$42,260.
Right, I got you. Okay.
What's the service fee?
I thought it was,
How much is it?
16,000.
A year?
Yes.
16,000.
and if we get sued or anything, they'll come to bat for us?
They'll back you for going according to their policies. You stand behind their policies.
All right. Thank you.
All right, anyone else have any questions? Now moving on to agenda item number 11 from the city attorney, request city council approve the cooperative agreement between county, city, and ER General Construction, INC. The agreement have been attached. I would ask John Kuriak. John, do you have any information you would care to share on this particular item? I know it's a routine thing, but
Just the water authority is making those improvements on Abbott Road with the school property over near Martin. They're running a new, kind of like a new service down Carden Avenue, adjacent to Pat's Drive and up to the school's property. They're gonna obviously, the streets in need of repair as it is now. They're gonna put a trench in probably 3 feet wide by the length of the street to put in the new service for the school. And we've done them before for Cleveland and the Second Ward and other streets. Instead of them, while they're there milling and paving and filling in their trench, it's almost economically feasible for the city to go in there and mill it and top it while they're there. We're just gonna share any expense. We'll cover our expense. They cover for their section. I'm gonna say it probably costs the city probably around from 18 to 22,000 in the end when it's all done to get the street done.
okay. Thank you. Any council members have any questions or issues with agenda item number 11? If not, there's been a request to waive the rules. Tom McMeadow, purchasing agent for the city, requests city council approve the bid for Call Associates for construction of CMU log bathhouse at the splash pad for $645,334 and authorize the mayor to sign said contract. If you remember, we already approved and allocated the funds for the splash pad. This is pretty much just to authorize Mayor Iafallo to sign the contract. Any council members have any questions on that item? If not, there's been a second request for a waiver of the rules. That just came this afternoon. We all got packets on it. And if I understand what's being done correctly, the reconstruction of Center Street is pretty much completed. There is a change order being requested for $310,000. The reason it's being asked to be included with that Center Street project is because the subcontractor who worked for 716 on that project, on the Center Street project, is being contracted with to do certain work on the splash pad up front. Those have been outlined in this packet that you've gotten. So the contractor who's been designated and awarded the contract for the splash pad is in agreement with allowing and sharing that responsibility or having that work done by the subcontractor who was doing the work for the Center Street project. So there's a change order that's being requested for the Center Street project to $310,000. That is actually a cost that will be eventually attributed to the splash pad and will be reimbursed through our grant programs that's funding the splash pad. Any council members have any questions on the second request for waiver of the rules? If not, then we'll move on to agenda item number 12. Questionnaire of veterans request approval of their annual Veterans Day Parade, November 4th, 2023. Anyone have any questions? It's a yearly event. Any council member who wish to address item number 12, if not. For their regular meeting, item number 13, a request from resident Robert Reese. Question A, status of missing or misallocated $650,000 city funds, or looking, and B, looking for an answer regarding the hiring of Sapphire Business Systems. To that end, the city council, as well as myself, received an email from our city controller, who is not present today and won't be present this evening, outlining her explanation addressing these two issues. And I don't know, Mr. Reese, you'll have an opportunity to come forward then, but and if this needs to go on further, we will consider doing that. We will, it was supposed to have, you're supposed to have been copied in on an email for, from Ms. Heidecke. Anyone have any council members have any questions or issues on item number 13? Moving on to business registration, Akil Nagy, DBA Paylink, POS system sales / computer sales, 2743 South Park Avenue. You checked all the appropriate boxes. Anyone have any questions or objections to business registrations, Akil Nagy? If not, moving on to the second business registration request, Chris McKeever, DBA Amish Valley Sheds, LLC, 1458 Abbott Road. Again, checked all the boxes from our city departments. Any council members have any questions on that item? If not, there's been a request for a business entertainment license from Justin Barron, Sunny Reds, 1841 Abbott Road, Class 1 entertainment license, live music, mechanical reproduction. Any council members have any questions or issues to address on that? I do have something to bring up, and that is, my understanding is the granting of this license would encompass the issuance of a outdoor music permit also. I had received numerous phone calls, might have been 2 years ago, I don't think they had a permit last year, of complaints of the music being excessively loud. There was a neighbor who called me at one point in time and I couldn't hear her because the music was so loud. Furthermore, I had stepped outside my house. I could hear the music from my house, which is off of South Park, near Sharon Parkway, East Milner. So I would like to look into this a little further. I don't know how many, I'd like to find out how many complaints were made, if any, either to the police department or to the building inspector department for that very issue. Before we entertain this, I'm going to ask that it be tabled, but anyone have any further questions or issues on that item?
It says 2 calls last year.
Okay, I don't know what 2 calls are. I don't know if the inspectors went out. I don't know any of that. Anything else? If not, then I will formally call the Lackawanna City Council meeting of October 10th, 2023 to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The city clerk, will you take the roll, please?
LeBlancy. Present. Anderson.
Here.
Moretti.
Present.
Sirdike.
Present.
Morano.
Here.
Law Department.
Been excused.
Development.
Acting here.
Public Works.
Here.
Public Safety.
Here.
Comptroller.
Excused.
Recreation.
Here.
Public Information.
Here.
Hearings from citizens. Okay, there's no hearings from citizens. Okay, let's move on to the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of September 25th, 2023. I'll make a motion to adopt the minutes of the regular meeting of September 25th, 2023 as written. Do we have a second?
Moretti seconds.
And Moretti seconds.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Departmental reports 1 through 8.
Morano moves to receive and file departmental reports 1 through 8 inclusive.
Anderson seconds.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Communications from division department heads. City assessor requests the city council approve 2 ordinances regarding the sale of 229 and 231 Ridge Road to Health Center of Buffalo. Sale was previously approved at the August 14th, 2023 council meeting.
Maflahe moves to receive and file and act on ordinance.
Anderson seconds.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Ordinance authorizing the sale transfer of property known as SBL 141.43-7-2 located at 229 Ridge Road to Community Health Center of Buffalo in the amount of $8,000.
Maflahe moves to adopt ordinance as written.
Anderson seconds.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Second ordinance, authorizing the sale transfer of property known as SBL 141.43-7-3 located at 231 Ridge Road to Community Health Center of Buffalo in the amount of $8,000.
Maflahe moves to adopt ordinance as written.
Anderson seconds.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Public Safety Director requests City Council approve the transfer of funds from the general fund to the Police Department's training school budget to cover the cost of the Lexipol service agreement.
Morano moves to approve request.
Second.
Was that Mr. Sirdike?
Yes.
Yes.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. City Attorney requests the City Council approve the cooperative agreement between county, city, and ENR General Construction, Inc. Agreement is attached.
Morano moves to approve request.
Moretti second.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Request to waive the rules.
Morano moves to waive the rules.
Moretti second.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Purchasing agent requests the City Council approve the bid for Call Associates for construction of the CMU Block Bathhouse splash pad in the amount of $645,334 and authorize the mayor to sign the contract.
Morano moves to approve request.
Moretti second.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Mayor Iafallo requests approval of ordinance regarding Center Street reconstruction project in relation to change order submitted by Clark Pattison Lee.
Morano moves to approve request.
Anderson seconds.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Western New York Veterans requests approval of their annual Veterans Day Parade on November 4th, 2023.
Morano moves to approve request.
Moretti second.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Robert Reese, resident, submits 2 questions for the City Council. The first is status of missing or misallocated $650,000, and also looking for an answer regarding the hiring of Sapphire Business Systems.
Mr. Reese?
I'm basing my question off the city charter. I think it's 43-6. Requires an RFP for anything outside accountants, underwriters, fiscal consultants, all that. Now, we know she spent $25,000 hiring Sapphire. How doesn't that fall into that?
Well, as you're aware, Mr. Reese, I think we all believe that that may require council approval. That's why we're still waiting for an answer from both the controller and the city attorney. I was assured that would be forthcoming. I saw your letter. I know it was
I mean, I've been here twice.
No, and I understand. We've been here twice.
I understand, I mean,
And
she hasn't been in a meeting, and I watch them all at home. She hasn't been in a meeting in at least 4.
3 or 4, something like that. But there are some, personal things that took her in a different direction, and understandably so. So hopefully by the next meeting, we'll have both, she'll be present, and we'll have some kind of answers, hopefully in writing, to address that. We haven't forgotten about it either.
Okay, so another 2 weeks?
For the next meeting, we're hoping again that we can get something definitive by that time.
All right, I'll resubmit the same 2 questions. I appreciate it.
You're welcome to do that. Thank you for doing so. Okay, moving on to business, strike that. On a vote, Moreno moves to receive and file communication number 13.
Ready, seconds.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Business registration, Akil Nagi, DBA Paylink, which is a POS system, sales, computer sales, at 2743 South Park Avenue.
Moreno moves to, go ahead.
Maflahe moves to approve the business registration request.
Moreno seconds.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Chris McKeever, DBA Amish Valley Sheds LLC at 1458 Abbott Road.
Maflahe moves to approve the business request.
Ready, second.
Carried. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Entertainment license, Justin Barron, Sunny Reds, 1841 Abbott Road, Class 1 entertainment license, live music and mechanical reproduction.
Moreno moves to table request from Justin Barron's Sunny Reds.
Second.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0.
Any tabled items, old business, anyone wish to consider at this time? The only question I have is, Chuck, I don't know if you, is there any movement on that gas station on Ridge Road in First Ward?
I'm not aware of any. I will look into it and report back.
Okay, anyone else have anything? Council members? If not, then Morano moves to adjourn, but I ask that we adjourn this meeting in the memory of Patricia Caligiuri. She was a former city assessor for many years, a wonderful family, and a wonderful participant in our community. So I would ask that she be considered, her passing be considered as in this adjournment for this meeting.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0.
All right. Thank you all and have a good night.